We all know what this means. Arsenal are not in a title race this season. And people have said to me that it's too early. People have said to me that we are not able to be calling it with 10 games in. We're into November just. And I truly believe that Arsenal are in a mess. We're not playing well. We aren't creating anything. We're not having shots at goal. We're not having any form of creativity, weight of pass, vision. Now, all those things Martin Odegaard brings to the team, right? But we didn't replace any of our creativity in the summer, and it's now starting to show because it isn't just all on Martin Odegaard. There is not enough quality in this squad. It's clear to see. We have no answer if Havertz doesn't work. We have no answer if Odegaard isn't in the team. We have no answer if Saka doesn't play well. We have no answer if Martinelli doesn't play well. We have nothing in our front four that bothered Newcastle at all today. So I'm really, really sorry to say I told you so, but I told you so. The summer was not an 8 out of 10 window. The summer was a shambolic window, just like I said. But unfortunately, if you call anything out with this fan base or on this club, the fan base comes for you and tells you that you're negative. I hate being right. I really wish I was wrong about this football club. But unfortunately, Manchester City did one thing. When that transfer window shut, they said Arsenal aren't serious this year. And boy, are we proving it on the pitch. There is nothing today to talk about positively. So nobody start telling me that I'm negative, because today was one of the worst performances I've seen in Arteta's reign. There was nothing. So I'm going to start to ask questions about everything at this football club when we've been put into a position where we can now go 8 points and 7 points off of Liverpool and Manchester City 10 games in. Now, we were 8 points clear of Manchester City 2 seasons ago, and we didn't win it. All of a sudden now, we find ourselves 8 points behind them, potentially, if they both win today. This is nothing short of a shambles. Let's talk about the game. Mikel Arteta got schooled by Eddie Howe today because Newcastle off the ball were so much better than Arsenal. They give us nothing. They packed the middle, they allowed us to go outside, and they had 2 men on Martinelli and Saka. Livramento and Lewis Hall. Superb. Deserve an unbelievable amount of credit today. They were phenomenal. Both of them. I think player of the match was Lewis Hall. He locked up Saka majority of the game. Martinelli got nowhere near Livramento. I thought in midfield, they bossed it. And I was really surprised not to see Tonali starting in there with Bruno and Joelinton. Playing Longstaff and Willock worked. I thought it'd give them more energy. I thought they had more drive. I thought they were better at every single duel. They won every single battle. And they wanted it more than us. We had absolutely no answer for it. No answer for it. But if you say that we played bad, it's just an off day. Oh, it's just one of those games. We've got players out, the referee, the VAR. Where was all that? Where is all that? Because the referee was fine today, so we can't blame him. There was no VAR decisions for the goal today, so we can't blame that. Can we blame injuries? Not really, because there's only Odegaard that's out now. Everyone's back. What we need to start doing is blaming the manager for getting it wrong, the ownership for not being serious in the window, and the board for not getting players across the line. And this is the club that we are supporting and that we love. And that everyone's telling me, this is the year. This is the year at Arsenal go and win it. Title over. I've said it. 2 words. Title over. Absolute disgraceful for anybody to believe that Arsenal are going to win the league this season. Because we can go and win all of our games now and we'd still be on 102 points. We are not going to get anywhere near that. We started the season so confident that we don't concede goals. We're brilliant away from home. We're going to go and match the Chelsea record of 15 goals conceded. Haven't we already conceded more goals than we did for the majority of the whole of last season already? Up top, we've got Kai Havertz. We do not need a striker. Kai was absolutely woeful today in everything that he tried to do. from his control, from his passing, from his battling, from his duels, from his hold-up play, from his link-up play, poor in front of goal, terrible control of the football. He was a 3 out of 10, and that's being kind. Trossard, shambolic. Shambolic. How did he stay on the pitch for that long? He was absolutely woeful. Martinelli, I'll never, ever, ever say anything bad about his work rate, but he is so bad at the moment in everything that he's trying to do. He doesn't look confident. He doesn't want any understanding of drive or take-ons for players. It's abysmal. Another weekend ruined. Another birthday weekend ruined. Same fixture last year. Birthday weekend for me ruined. Last year, 1-0 to Newcastle. Ruined this year, 1-0 to Newcastle. Thank you so much, Arsenal Football Club. This is poor. And Mikel Arteta is under serious, serious pressure here. Because if he does not deliver a trophy this season, I want him out of here. And the board and the owners need to hold that too, because we are not going to win the league with this squad. It is nowhere near good enough. Look at that bench. Yeah, look at the bench. I wanted to see Ethan. I thought when he came on that there was times he struggled, times that he tried to deliver. But look what else is coming on. Zinchenko coming on. Jesus, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Sterling doesn't even get on. This is how bad he is. This is not a good squad. It is an average squad with a half-decent first 11 that will challenge for a league. It is not going to get anywhere near it this year, though. And there's problems. There's problems because I don't know what happens at the end of this year if we don't win the league. I don't know what happens if we don't win a trophy. I know what I think should happen, but I believe this board are going to be willing to stick by him. This ownership are happy with this process. This is what they do. There is no consequences for failure at Arsenal. Under the Cronkies, they've never been serious, have they? That transfer window showed me they don't really want to win the league. They're quite happy to just go with the cheap option of Raheem Sterling. They're quite happy to have Kai Havertz as our number 9. They're quite happy to have Gabriel Jesus still floating around, stinking the place out. They're quite happy to have a midfield still consists of Jorginho being thrown on. They're quite happy to have Kivior warming up. They're quite happy to have 17-year-old Lewis Skelly and Ethan Nwaneri needed if that's the case. They're not serious, man. They're not serious. And clubs around know we're not serious. So why is there such a reluctance to call out this club? Why is there such a reluctance to state that we are not going to win the league? Why is that negative? Isn't it just factual? Aren't we just proving that this is the case? I've sat there many a time and I've said how I felt like we've let ourselves down this transfer window, how Mikel Arteta has to look at trying to get the best out of some of these players. We have to look at a style of play that's attractive because at the moment it's poor. I am so sick and tired of it, man. I really am. And unfortunately, it's going to continue because there's only a minority section of the fan base that will do anything about calling the ownership out, the board out, and the manager out for their mistakes. There's so many fans that are just absolutely happy with this. So, when I look and say, right now, title over, that is not an overreaction. The amount of games we have to play proves that we can win the league. But do you know why we can't? Because we ain't good enough, mate. We don't have a manager who knows how to win the league. We don't have a squad who knows how to win the league. We have a squad and a manager who knows how to compete, but is classed as the nearly there man with the nearly there team. That's the problem we've got. It is an absolute disgrace to be walking off of St. James's Park with yet another 1-0 loss. I'm sick of it. Sick and tired of it. But I'm just negative. I just don't want the club to do well. All the fans that come for me, where are you at now? Where are you at? Come talk to me. Come talk to me about our 8 out of 10 window. Come talk to me about Kroenke's process. Come talk to me about the greatest manager and young team in the world, because that ain't nothing short of embarrassing today. Big up to Newcastle, a team I always respect and appreciate. Played well today, off the ball, delivered. So much better than us in every single duel. So much better than us in terms of their play. Embarrassing in terms of how better they were off the ball than Arsenal. We had no answer. And Mikel Arteta today looked completely lost on the touchline. Completely lost. So, do me a favour. There's over 1,000 of you in here. Please make sure you hit the like button. Please make sure you hit subscribe. Please, it will cheer me up. Now, let's go through the other players. David Raya didn't have much to do that was wrong today, if I'm honest with you. I didn't think there was much that was peppered at his goal. So I'm going to say fair play to him. Our defence today, I didn't think Timber looked particularly good, and Partey definitely didn't have his best game at right back like he did against Liverpool. Our centre-backs today, I'm going to question them. I'm going to question them because there's credit in the bank. But defensively, for the goal, I thought 3 of them were terrible. Partey's header was nothing short of shambolic. You'd never, ever head the ball across your goal. You're told that at Sunday League. He's got to get that and take that to a header down the line, not across the goal. Then it goes out to Gordon, and the delivery is exquisite. The header is fantastic. It is a phenomenal ball and a great headed goal. But Gabriel and Saliba are not talking to each other. Gabriel is ball watching. Saliba is definitely not telling Gabriel that he's out of position. I am sick and tired of saying the same stuff year, and year. Oh, Arsenal are better defensively. Not showing it this season. I think we've conceded as many goals as Tottenham's high line. Now, probably more. We can finish 7th at the end of this weekend, Arsenal. In fact, we could be 8th, 7th or 8th. Title race. No. In midfield. What is Mikel Merino? Anybody know? Because I was told he was one of the best midfielders that we've signed. And we're going to get one of the best box-to-box granite chackers that you've ever seen. Now, look, I'm willing to give him more time, but I don't quite understand what he is. Sometimes he's going forward. Sometimes he's defending. Sometimes he's standing out of position. Sometimes he's taking up the left-hand side. Sometimes he's taking up the right-hand side. All over the place. Poor today. Declan Rice. Oh, my God. Not only did he miss a sitter at the end with a header, his delivery today was abysmal. We're talking Vanarama Conference League level of delivery. Shambolic. Every corner, every set piece. I think we had 7 or 8 corners that were just terrible. Only one delivery today was good, and that was Saka's at the end for Rice missing a headed sitter. Everything else was shambles. Not good enough. Rice playing in the 6, then he moves up to the 8. I'm sorry, we've got so many players at the moment out of position. We've got our best number 6 playing at right back. We've got our number 6 playing at the 8. We've got our winger playing on the 10. We've got Saka on the right. Havertz, who was brought in as our 8/10, now plays up front in the 9. We've got Timber, who's our best right back, playing at left back. This is a mess at the moment. And this is all of our players back other than Erdegaard, by the way. It's not like we're doing this because, we've got 7 players out. This is our first 11, right? Not good enough. Trossard, 2 out of 10. Absolutely abysmal. I don't do player ratings. I never do on this channel because I think it's pathetic, right? But that team was pathetic today. And not any of them are getting above a 5. They were shambles. Absolute shambles. Then we get across to the front 3. Wow. Saka tries, trust me. He looks like he's going to make something happen. He threatens at least. But he was poor today. Martinelli even worse. Kai Havertz. I would say along with Trossard, the worst player on the pitch. Nothing. Offered us nothing. So look, you can't go through the first 11 and then start to blame some of the subs. Because I don't think any of those subs are good enough, other than Ethan Nwaneri, who's a 17-year-old kid, right? I know I wouldn't start him today because he would have done a better job than Trossard, trust me. But the players that are coming on, Zinchenko, why is he still here? Gabriel Jesus, why is he still here? We have outgrown Gabriel Jesus and Zinchenko just like Manchester City did. And supposed to be shocked, are we? Manchester City said, ain't good enough. So why are they good enough for Arsenal? And they were squad players, by the way, at Manchester City. They didn't start. Zinchenko used to start left back. Then he clearly quickly got removed. Gabriel Jesus was always behind Sergio Aguero. These guys are coming in as backups. And we've got Sterling sitting on the bench and he isn't even being used. He was supposed to be our guy to coming on from the bench. I thought it was Raheem the Dream. I thought this was a phenomenal signing, everybody was telling me. What's going on? Poor window. Pressure for Mikel. Too much pressure now. Already. We shouldn't have this pressure for Mikel Arteta already in November, but he's under pressure. He's under pressure to deliver for a trophy. He's under pressure to deliver for the Champions League, and he's under pressure to deliver for the Premier League. And at the moment, he's doing a really good job at messing the Premier League up. Inter Milan next, by the way, and then Chelsea. Anyone confident that we'll get anything out of either of them? Because I'm not playing like that. We play like that, we'll get thumped at the San Siro. And do you know what? Cole Palmer will dance around us as well at Stamford Bridge. Absolute shambles of a manager, of a player, and of a team collect today. Shocking. Nothing to write home about and talk positively. So if you think I'm negative, switch off. Switch off. Come and talk to me about why you think there is a positiveness about Arsenal right now. Tell me. I'm all ears. I'm happy to sit and talk about how you think this is just a blip and then we're going to go and get an unbelievable opportunity to go win the league. This is done. This is done, man. Unfortunately, we've thrown it away in November. There's no way, unless Liverpool and Manchester City both lose today, that we can win the league. Absolutely no way. 8 points potentially. We're fighting with Villa and Chelsea for top 4 this year, people. That's what we're doing. Now, we've had hard fixtures. We've had injuries. We've had red cards. We've had VAR not go our way. But let's just look at the real picture here. They're all excuses to paper over cracks of why we haven't done our job in the summer and why we haven't got a manager that knows how to get us across the line. Let's just be real about this. You can say 2 things. One thing, Arteta's done a great job. 2 things, not sure he's going to take us across the line though. So if we're not sure he's going to take us across the line, what do? Hold on to this guy and just pray and hope that one day we will get across the line? Or do we have to replace him in the summer? A lot of people are saying that some man are Arteta out already. I'm giving him till the end of May, whatever. Yeah? But if he doesn't do that, take care and see you later. Because you ain't good enough. We have a squad that's good enough to win a trophy. I don't think it's good enough to win the Premier League. But I don't think we've got the manager that can get enough out of these players to get us across that line either. So we do one of 2 things. We stick with this manager and we back him properly in the summer with another 2-3 players that are going to take us across that line. Or we get a manager in and then say, bring in 2-3 players because we know you can get this team across the line. And I don't care who it is, by the way. People say to me, oh my God, who the hell is out there? I'd take Xabi Alonso. I'd take bloody Nagelsmann. I'd take Simone Inzaghi. I'd take Diego Simeone. I'd take Carlo Ancelotti. I don't care who it is. Go and get me a manager that has a CV that says 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Title, cup. Because our CV, nah. Mikel Arteta's CV is an embarrassment. £800 million on this team spent. And we haven't even got the balls to go across the line against a good Newcastle side at St James's Park that hasn't been playing well, that currently sits 8th in the table. I'm sorry. It ain't looking good for Mikel. But that's only my opinion. Because my opinion is it doesn't look good for Mikel. But unfortunately, the Cronkies are going, doesn't matter, Mikel. We only just want you to make sure that you're getting Champions League football. It's taking part that counts. Embarrassing. I'm sick and tired of watching Arsenal put out performances like that and then everybody just sucks up to the manager. Oh, bless him. Look at what he's done. A great job. He's done a wonderful job to get us challenging. Correct. But do we want to be challenging or do we want to be winning and getting across the line? Because I want to win stuff. I don't want to take part. I don't want the ownership to go, congratulations for third place again. Champions League football it is. Now, he lifts the one with the big ears, Champions League. He lifts an FA Cup. He lifts a League Cup, or he lifts a Premier League, or he gets out. One of those things has got to happen. But who knew? Yeah? Who knew? Today was so bad. Newcastle basically lined up with Eddie Howe and said, pack our midfield, put people on Saka and Martinelli, double team them. We'll see out this game. And do you know what? Fair play. It worked. Brilliant goal. Superb goal, in fact. Yeah, defensively it was poor from us, but do you know what? The delivery is outstanding and the header's superb. Isak, you cannot leave him. You cannot leave him. Phenomenal player. This is why I want him. This is why he's the number one target for me. So look, a lot of people are going to be looking at the manager today. A lot of people are going to be looking at the players. And I don't really want to see many of the Arsenal fan base defending either of those, because the players were a shambles. The manager was a shambles. All of them got it wrong. And it does go down to the summer business. Who was there to bring on to change the game? Because I love Ethan and I want to see more of him. But we were asking him to come on and change the game. I just wanted him to get some minutes. Today, we relied on him to actually try and do something for us. We should not be doing that. So look, when I look at the scenario of the summer and I say, Marino doesn't make us better, Calafiori doesn't make us better, Sterling doesn't make us better, how many first teamers did we buy? None of them look good enough. So we've now gone to Bournemouth and lost, Newcastle and lost, couldn't beat Brighton at home, couldn't beat Liverpool at home, and couldn't beat Manchester City away, even though with 30 seconds to go, all we had to do was defend it out. So listen, this ain't good news for us. This is not good news for us. Bournemouth beating Man City, apparently. Here we go. Can you imagine that they drop points and we're in this mess? Imagine that they drop points today. Oh, they dropped points. What did Arsenal do? We lost, mate. That's what we did. I couldn't give a toss what anyone else does. I care about what we do. People always look and say, who have Manchester City got after Haaland? Don't care. We got Havertz and Havertz only. That ain't good enough. And today proved why. Let's take your super chats as we come to a close. Chaitanya, big up yourself, man. We lack quality up front. Poor game. Can't see us catching up to City with that gap. Need an Alexis type player up front. And they do Dubai trip 2.0. Yeah, the Dubai trip, let's bring it in because we need something. We need something. We've got the players there. Martinelli scored 15 goals 2 years ago. Saka, likewise, 30 goals and contributions. Trossard, 15 goals. Havertz, 14 goals. Ødegaard out, but Trossard has come in and he's scoring goals last season. Where have they all dried up from? What's happening with our goals? Where's our creativity? Our midfield, the balance ain't there yet. I'm sorry, Rice is not an 8. Marino, I don't get what he is. Partey's our best 6, but he's playing at right back. Poor. Just a shambles. Absolute shambles. Big up to Chaitanya, man. Much appreciate you. Wyatt. Top to bottom, we need a revolution. Arteta out. There's going to be a lot of fans about this now. He's got to have to stick by this now and hear it because he is going to be under pressure. I'm sorry, we don't muck around at this football club. If you ain't good enough, you should go and get out. I'm sick of it. NS Sports TV, happy birthday, Dan. It is tomorrow. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. 37 years old tomorrow. And Arsenal have done their best to try and spoil it. But I ain't going to let them. I'm going to enjoy my family time, enjoy my friends, enjoy my time I'm going to be with them, and just try and do the best to get through what has been a horrible start to the day. Thanks to Mikel Arteta and the Arsenal Football Club. Tapan Patel says, manager looks out of ideas. Only one, sack him. A lot of people are saying this. So many people saying this. Why? Because he's standing on the touchline. What to do? Not sure what to do here. Crazy. How can you not know what to do? Substitutes there, use them. 8 out of 10 window, I'm told. Go use this bench. Where's Sterling? Where's your boy Sterling that you're going to get the best out of? That apparently at City was one of the best in the world because of you. Where's he? Lawrence, big up, bro. Hope you're well. Arteta equals Ten Hag 2.0. Do you know what? Ten Hag's won stuff, mate. This bloke can't. Crazy. E-Man says, brother, I ain't no scout. Mourinho is decent, but all summer I was crying that we signed Cunha. He would have made a phenomenal number 8, powerful and can run with a ball. Arsenal still need players, by the way, and we've spent £800 million. We still haven't replaced Aubameyang. We still haven't replaced a left back like from when we first arrived with, who was it? Yeah, Kieran Tierney. We still haven't got the number 8 right, left 8. We're still looking at a number 8, and people are saying we need another winger because Martinelli ain't up to it. What we doing here? 5 years in, trust the process. That's what we're told. And Sam Bond, big up to you for the super sticker, my bro. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Look, I've got to say this. It's really, really harsh, but the title is done. Even though Manchester City might lose today, Liverpool might drop points, the title's done because of how we're playing. There's no momentum in this side. There's no togetherness and battle. There's no creativity. There's no spark. There's no moments player. Where's our Alexis Sanchez? Where's our Aubameyang? Hell, I never thought I'd say this, but where's our Mesut Ozil? We don't have one anymore. And the only one we've got is Saka. And let's be real, when he doesn't turn up, we're done. It's just ridiculous, man. It's just ridiculous, man. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of our fan base sitting there allowing for this to be happening. I'm sick of being in positions where we're in a dodgy November where we're going to be miles behind. So look, Bournemouth are beating City apparently. Brighton, I'm being told, are beating Liverpool. Can you believe it? Let's just check this, by the way. Chris is saying maybe the gods are with us. We need them to be. It's 1-0 to Bournemouth and it is 1-0 to Brighton. Ridiculous. And people are happy. Oh, this is so good because they're losing. Oh, it's brilliant. The gods are with Arsenal. We should have beaten Newcastle. Imagine if they both lose today. And that was our opportunity to catch them up. Absolute embarrassing. Absolute embarrassing. Now, I still think both Liverpool and Manchester City will win both games, right? Because they're better. But let's just be real. Arsenal were a shambles today. And Arsenal need to fix up. Make some changes. Flex your muscles. Show us what you've got. Mikel, do something other than stand there like a moron on the bench. Oh, I better bring someone on now. There's an absolute shambles. And do you know what? He brought them on. What changed? Nada. Nothing changed. Nothing. Nothing at all. Big up for the super chats, man. There's another one that's just come in now. This is from F94. He says, the most annoying thing is, if City and Liverpool don't win, there'll be major deflections pretending that we aren't still 5 points behind them. If Chelsea beat us, wow. If Chelsea beat us, Chelsea win this weekend against Man United, they can go ahead of us. Villa likewise go ahead of us if they win their game. That puts us down into Conference League level of trying to fight. Top 4 race is on. Don't think that Chelsea and Villa are guaranteed not to finish behind us this season the way we're playing. Trust me. It ain't good. But I've been saying all season that Arsenal haven't looked right. Arsenal haven't looked like they're playing well. Arsenal haven't been doing enough. Arsenal haven't looked playing well this season. Negative, Dan. Had too many injuries. VAR's against us. Refs are a conspiracy. Too many red cards. Erdegaard's injured. Saliba's suspended. We got too many injuries, Dan. Don't be harsh. Arteta's trying to save us. Arteta's gone into a more pragmatic, compact style of play. He'll be flying later in the season. Well, we might be 8 points behind. And yeah, I know Liverpool and City are losing at the moment, but trust me, I expect them both to win. Man City are better than Bournemouth and Liverpool better at Anfield. I'm just sick of it. Sick and tired of it. But look, 5 years in, this will be 6 years, I think, at the club. No trophy. 9 years and Wenger was handed out. So we're over halfway. And that's a manager, by the way, who was here for 22 years, our most successful manager by stats, and in his first 10 years did nothing short of miracles at the club. This guy has done nothing like that. Unfortunately, people seem to be very, very defensive and protective of this manager. That whenever he does something wrong, oh no, there's an excuse. Embarrassing. Little Tim's big up. Join the Arteta out train. This coach is the worst ever. Look, this coach is not the worst ever. This coach has not been the worst ever Arsenal manager. There's definitely been worse coaches than him, but trust me, there's better managers out there that Arsenal can get. And if he ain't the one, he ain't the one. We move. We should never, ever mould our club on a manager and just stick by him if he's underachieving. Never should that happen. And if the owners do that, I want them gone big time. So when people come for me and Russ Hogg and Turkish and Troops and Curtis and tell us all that we're negative and that we're the problem with the club, take a look at your football club at the moment and look at its history. Look at its lack of European heritage. Look at its lack of trophies in the last 5 years. Look at its lack of being serious. Look at its lack of ambition over the years and tell us that we're negative, because you are all deluded if you think that's the way it goes. So look, Arsenal need to bounce back, and I need to see a bounce back at the San Siro and at Stamford Bridge. And that is the way that we are going to have to play now. These were must-win games. We're hanging on to the hope that Liverpool and Man City might drop points today. We're clinging on to that now. We've done that to ourselves. So if anyone dares to say it's Pep Guardiola's fault, he's just too good, look at yourselves. Look at your football club, because Pep Guardiola didn't allow us to lose to Brighton, to Bournemouth, drop points at Brighton, drop points at Liverpool, lose to Newcastle. That had nothing to do with Pep. Yeah, nothing to do with him. So listen, get it into your heads that this team needs to fix up, and it might not be the team that you thought it was, because the transfer window's not made us better. Calafiori still settling in, injured. Marino still settling in, don't have a position yet. Sterling settling in, don't play. So what is different from us for last year? Nothing. Nothing. So if he don't win me a trophy, I want him out of here. Ran over. Take care, people. I'll see you next time.